Hello my diamond art friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. For this video, I'm going to do a WIP in chat, but it's more going to be a WIP and Christmas trivia. I have some Christmas trivia. I found that it has easy, intermediate, and hard questions, trivia questions. And I thought what I would do is do the question, diamond paint a little bit, and then share the answer. I am working on Make Your Own Wall Art All AB kit. It's a square drill. It's coming along nicely. I don't know if I'll have it done by the end of the year or not, so that remains to be seen, but it is the kit I'm currently working on. I am using the pen that I had made by Vicki Peterson from Lady Lathe off of Facebook. I'm using alien putty, and I'm using my ephemera 3D tray. I may also use a Nick's Notion tray, using my trash minder from Zodiac Shadows, and I will be using this sponge with some water so that I am not like gunking up my alien putty while I lay down the ABs. So now let's go ahead and get started, and we'll go with the first question. Okay, yeah, maybe I could do it a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down some drills. I'm just what I'm doing before I pick up any drills is I'm lightly tapping the sponge, which is saturated with water, and then I'm just picking up the drills. It doesn't make the popping noise, but it does allow me to put the drills down nicely, as you can see. I know I may have shown that before. This is something that I started doing when I saw the owner of Make Your Own Wall Art, inventor of alien putty, Chris, show it on TikTok, and it works. Fantastic to be able to use, and it doesn't, as you can see, rip any of the coating off of the drill, so that's good. All right. Let me get that one down. All right, so we'll get started. All right, so our first easy question. In the song Frosty the Snowman, what made Frosty come to life? Are you guys singing the song in your head? It was an old silk hat. I know when I was growing up watching the Frosty cartoon around Christmas is always one of my favorites. Rudolph and The Night Before Christmas. Do any of you guys remember that one? About the mouse who broke the clock, and anyway, that one always, well, and the Grinch, but like that one always stuck with me. All right, anyway. What Christmas decor was originally made from strands of silver? This one's pretty easy. Probably why they said the first part of it would be easy. How many of you guessed tinsel? That's the correct answer. I used to love throwing tinsel on the tree, though, like, it would get all over the place around the house. I don't put tinsel on the tree now. I always enjoyed doing that when I was a kid. All right. Next question. Lay down some more drills first. Who played George Bailey in the Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life? I know many of you already answered that. But we'll give everybody else a second or two. That would be Jimmy Stewart. All right. Take a drink of my beverage. Okay. Per a recent holiday fad, what spy hides around the house, reporting back to Santa on who's been naughty and who's been nice? This one's very easy as well. And as many of you guessed, it's Elf on a Shelf. Now, I will say this year my niece-in-law showed on Instagram her doing the different, what Elfie was doing for Charlie and Maverick, which are my great nephews, and I guess, you know, he's retired till next year or off to the North Pole. So we think both of those boys were very good. And she did post picture of like their stockings and trees, and she actually had placed the bears I sent with their names on them on the Santa hats near their stockings. So it was nice of her to make me a part of Christmas even though I'm not there. So I appreciate that. It meant a lot to me to see that. She's a good person. And I think she knows, you know, how much I love all of them. She's so sweet. Anyway. Gonna get myself feeling emotional. Alright, next question. What Christmas beverage is also known as a milk punch? Ooh, lost one. Did you guess eggnog? Because that is the answer. Eggnog. So I grab 5 to put in this little spot here. And I needed one more. Don't mind me, apparently I can't count. I am loving how this is working up. Just how shiny it is. But anyway, that's a chat for another time, I think. Alright. One of Santa's reindeer shares a name with a famous symbol of Valentine's Day. What reindeer is it? I know you guys are starting to sing the beginning of Rudolph, aren't you? Or that scene in oh gosh, what was the name of that movie? Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he and Sinbad are running down the street and repeating the reindeer's names to go to the radio station to win what they believe to be a Turbo Man doll, right? And it ends up that's not what they win. Anyway. But fruitcake, right? For any of you that watch that movie every year, you know what I am referring to. Alright. Let me fix that. That reindeer name is Cupid. That was an easy one, right? We'll see what the intermediate ones are in a little bit. Picked up too many. There we go. In what Christmas-themed ballet premiered in St. Petersburg, Russia in 1892? That would be, I know you guys know this already, the Nutcracker. We would go to the Strata Center here every year when my nieces were little and go and see the Nutcracker. I really liked it a lot. It was just really, I hate to use the word magical, but it was really an amazing experience to just see the ballet doing the different dances, and it was just great. I enjoyed it every year. Oops. I'll tell you, it's like a dream of mine someday. Not that this has anything to do with Christmas, but I would love to see a production of Phantom of the Opera. Just because it happens to be near and dear to my heart, because we sang some of the music in choir and I actually had a solo for one of the songs back when I was in 9th grade. I think it was 9th grade. Anyway, next question. In 1981, Bob and Doug McKenzie released their own version of a classic Christmas song. Which song was that? I'll give you guys a second or two. Let me lay down some more drills. That's right, it was the 12 Days of Christmas. I love that song. Especially to sing it was always a lot of fun. Oops. Let's see if I messed this up or not. I think I did. I think I'm gonna have to add one, but I need to see if I really did mess up or not. Or did I just stuff them too close together? Oh, that's what it was. Alright, there we go. So, our next question. What animated 2004 film is about a train that carries kids to the North Pole on Christmas Eve? This one's a pretty easy one, and I know my nieces loved this movie when they were little. It was The Polar Express. What is the most reviled Christmas edible known for its long shelf life? We all know this, right? But I'll give you guys a second. I know you guys guessed this, but it was, or it is, fruitcake. What is the name of the family featured in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation? I know we all probably know the answer to this one as well. Easy one. It's the Griswolds. Oh, I make me laugh. Alright, well, that's what I get for trying to multi-place. Oh, let's just move that one there. Alright. At least it wasn't that as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Alright, let me see. There we go. Gonna finish this row and do the next question. Well, and then wants to drill. Alright, well. Okay. What is the phrase made popular in the book A Christmas Carol? Expresses annoyance with cheery holiday celebrations. I know we all know the answer to this too. I'm going to give you a second to shout it out or say it as you play along. That's right. It was Bah Humbug. What cartoon's name is used to indicate a small, thin, or just plain undesirable? Okay, let me say that again. I was reading it and it didn't make sense, but now it does after I read the whole thing. All right. What cartoon character's name is used to indicate a small, thin, or just plain undesirable Christmas tree? Give you guys a second. If you guessed Charlie Brown, that would be correct. Lost it. Going to our next question. What song was initially condemned by the Roman Catholic Church for allegedly portraying an adulterous affair? Is that song even around long enough for that? This can't be right. Anyway, go ahead and guess. It's no fun if you don't guess. Did you guess? Alright, here's the answer. It's I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Now, I don't know, but I'm thinking that there's no way that song was around during the Roman Empire. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But who knows? I might have to look it up and see. Alright. Next question. What beloved Christmas song was recorded by Puerto Rican singer-songwriter Jose Feliciano in 1970? I know many of you know the answer to that one already too. So the answer to that one is Feliz Navidad. Are you singing it in your head right now? Right? Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Anyway, that's what I did when I saw that question. Or the answer, anyway. Alright, let me get our next drill. What is the name of Rudolph's girlfriend in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer television special? I loved her name. I love her name. Also, you may be thinking about, I don't know, Silence of the Lambs. I'll give you a hint. But I'm sure you guys didn't need that hint, did you? Rudolph's girlfriend's name was Clarice. Did you guys watch Rudolph this year? I have a lot of Christmas specials on DVD or Blu-ray, and you know, they come also on some of the streaming apps that I have, so I have a couple more I need to watch, and today's Christmas, so I don't know if I'm going to get to them all, but I did get the most important ones for me done. But Rudolph was one of the ones I've already watched because I have to watch that every year. Even as a grown adult, there are certain ones I refuse to miss. That last row. All right. Next one. What science fiction franchise has its own holiday? Try it again. Trying to go too fast for no reason. All right, here we go. What science fiction franchise has its own holiday television special in 1978? Does anybody want a hint? I can give a hint for some of you that might not know. I'll just say, may the force be with you. Oop. Mess this up. There we go, better. The answer is Star Wars. In A Christmas Story, what happens to Ralphie's friend as a result of a triple dog dare from another classmate? We all know the answer to this, right? He gets his tongue stuck to the flagpole. It actually reminds me, well, I know this is this happened before that, but I don't know if you guys remember when William Shatner used to host Rescue 911. My dad loved that show. And there was an episode where a child got his tongue stuck licking, I guess, the freezer on top of the refrigerator. And he had to call 911, and you hear the 911 call, and the poor thing's trying to say, I got my tongue stuck in the freezer. And Anyway, it took a while for them to figure out what he was saying, and then, of course, they came and helped that young person get their tongue unstuck from the freezer. But my dad thought that was hysterical, and he laughed about that, and I think he joked about that for months. But yeah, I remember that episode of Rescue 911, watching that with him, and just listening to my dad laugh and laugh. And even after that part of the episode was over, he was still laughing. So that's a good memory to have. Of course, my dad can watch the same thing over and over again and laugh at all the same spots over and over again, but then complain that he's watched the same thing like a million times. But whatever. That's my pop. All right. Next question. After I get this back in there and that in the trash. Okay, so let's see what color we'll do next. Let's do, I guess, which is 310. In the United States, over 2 billion of these are sent each year at Christmas time. And I know you guys already know the answer to this. That's right. They are Christmas cards. Or that would be Christmas cards. What is the German name for the song in English known as "O Christmas Tree"? Anybody know the answer to that? I'll give you a second. The answer would be "O Tannenbaum." Isn't there a name of a movie called The Royal Tannenbaums? I think so, right? Pretty sure I've seen it, though I don't really remember a lot about it. Okay. What do children typically get in their stockings if they are on the naughty list? They get a lump of coal. The charity Toys for Tots is run by the reserve force of which branch of the U.S. military? Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I got the frog in there, apparently. Did you guys guess the Marines? Okay, what's the next one we're going to do? All right, next a question. The first artificial Christmas tree was made in the 19th century using feathers of what bird? Actually, did not know this. Did you guess already? It was goose. Goose feathers. All right. In North America, wild reindeer are referred to as what? What are wild reindeer called in North America? That would be a caribou. Next question. What holiday is celebrated the day after Christmas in the UK, Canada, Australia, and other countries? It is. And of course, those of you in Canada that may be watching already know the answer to this, and I'm sure many of those of us in the United States also know the answer, and that would be Boxing Day. All right. So the next ones they say are not so easy. So let's see what questions they have that are not so easy. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what's Scrooge's, or Mr. Scrooge's, first name? I feel like this is an easy one. His first name is... How many of you have already said it? Probably a lot. Ebenezer. What Bing Crosby song is the best-selling single ever? Are you guys singing it? Come on. I know you guys want to. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Yep, that's it. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. All right. In the early 1800s, the first gingerbread houses were reportedly inspired by which famous fairy tale? What are you guys thinking? I would have guessed this. It is Hansel and Gretel. Anybody, when they hear the name Hansel, think of Zoolander? I do. Anyway. Miracle on 34th Street centers on what real-life department store? This one's pretty easy too, I think, especially if you watch the Thanksgiving Day parade on television or in person if you're so lucky. As they also, I believe, sponsor or it's named for them as well. So that would be, of course, Macy's. All right. In the song Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, what incriminating evidence was found on Grandma's back? Are you singing it? She had hoof prints on her forehead and incriminating claws marks on her back. Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Anyway, I loved that song. I like that song too. Actually, used to really, not that I still don't, but I used to, when I was younger. I think it's just been over the last, I don't know, 8 or 9 years. Like, Christmas is not the same for me. I don't know, as it used to be. But anyway, we're going to go on to the next fun question. How many reindeer are featured in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"? Are you counting them? So, there were 8 reindeer listed in that poem, and there was no Rudolph. All right. All right. What traditional Christmas decoration is actually a parasitic plant? And I know many of you are yelling it out. That's right. It's a mistletoe. All right. Let's see. Let us go ahead and do, I guess, the stars. In A Muppet Christmas Carol, who played Scrooge? And hint, he wasn't a Muppet. So I'll give you guys a second to think about that one, because I actually didn't know the answer to this one. I'm sure somebody here does. Listening. Trying to think what other movies I could say he was in. But there's only one movie coming to mind, and honestly, like, I don't even know what that would give it away. But I'll say it anyway. The only movie I can think of right now that he pops in my brain as having been in is he played Lucy Liu's father in Charlie's Angels. So, if you guys know Charlie's Angels at all, you may get this one right if you didn't know the answer. So, the answer is Michael Caine. Anyway. And I don't know why that's the only movie I could come up with him in it, where he played her father. At least I think it was him. So if I'm wrong, but I believe that was him. All right, let's get to the next question. What beverage company has been using Santa Claus in its advertising since 1931? Again, I think this one's an easy one too. So, if you guessed Coca-Cola, you're correct. Mm. Go. Ta-ta. Better. I gotta do a better job lining them up. All right. According to legend, what holiday goodies were shaped to resemble a shepherd's staff as a way to remind children of the shepherds who visited baby Jesus? I know many of you already answered this question. It was the candy cane. I love putting candy canes in my hot cocoa. I know many people like to do that, but yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. What 2003 film follows a hard living mall Santa? I don't think I've ever seen this movie. I've seen clips of it, but I've never watched it. Which may be a bad thing on my part, because it might be funny, or I might find, need to clutch my pearls. Maybe not, though, because I don't normally get too offended about things. But, that's right, it was Bad Santa. I know many of you guys already answered that. So, like I said, I haven't seen it. I've seen snippets, and I know, the snippets I saw I thought were funny, so maybe I should watch it. Okay, so our next question is, in the 12 days of Christmas, what were there 11 of? I'm sure many of you already know the answer to this question, but I'm gonna give you a second, just in case you're singing it in your head, saying it out loud. That's right. There were 11 pipers piping. All right. Which classic Christmas carol contains the lyrics, "Strike the harp and join the chorus"? I know you guys already knew the answer to this too, which is "Deck the Halls." So, if many of you were like me when you were younger, Alvin and the Chipmunks were kind of a big deal, right? And they had a Christmas song that came out. So, the next question is the Chipmunk song. What do the Chipmunks want for Christmas besides a plane that loops? The loop. What else did they want? You guys know the answer to that? It was a hula hoop. All right. Which of Santa's reindeer was the subject of a 1989 movie starring Sam Elliott? Give you guys a second or two. Yep, that movie's name was Prancer. How many of you guys knew that one? I don't know if I've seen that movie either. Probably have. Whose recording of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer topped the US charts in 1949? It's actually still my favorite version today. Not that I was around in 1949, but most of my parents were. My mother was one, and my dad one in 44, so what, 5? I bet my dad and my mom were adorable little people. Anyway, that would be Gene Autry. All right, next question. In the song "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," what type of pudding is called for? Again, are you guys singing the song? We are going to bring some figgy pudding. That's right. All right. Meli Kalikimaka means Merry Christmas. In what language? And I hope I said that right. Hawaiian. That's right, Hawaiian. To say Merry Christmas to you. In the 1966 television special, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what monster movie legend did the voice for the Grinch? I'll give you guys a second. Messing that up. There we go. That would be Boris Karloff. Okay. In the song Santa Baby, the singer asks for a deed to what? I've been an awful good girl, Santa Baby. Hurry down the chimney. The deed is a platinum mine. Mine, M-I-N-E, not mind. I don't know why I added a D on that. Now this one I discussed in my last whipping chat. Maybe you guys remember it, maybe you don't. A booklet printed by Montgomery Ward featured the first appearance of what beloved Christmas character? I'll give you guys a second. Did you guess Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? If you did, you are correct. So, we are getting down to the last couple of the not so easy questions, and then we're going to go into the hard questions. Shake, 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 so I can use them. There we go. Next question. The celebrated Christmas truce temporarily halted fighting during what war? Give you a hint. It was one of the world wars, so there's only really two to choose from, right? Give you a second. That would have been World War I. In 1996, what toy with origins in Sesame Street was the sensation at Christmas time? I know many of you have already gotten this answer already as well. Probably already said it and shouted it out, but it was Tickle Me, Elmo. All right. This one's true or false. Studies show that the average American gains 3 pounds over the holiday. True or false? If you guessed false, you are correct. It's closer to just 1 pound. So, I guess eat all the cookies and junk food you want. That's right. It's only a pound. What the heck? Go for it. Actually, my boyfriend's his employees sent me some cookies, and and I literally ate them in 2 days. Now there was probably like 6 or 7 cookies, but like still, normally I can ration them out better than I did. I literally ate like 3 as soon as I got home from his house, and then ate one before I went to bed, and then I ate the rest of them the next day when I had some coffee. Yesterday when I had coffee. Yeah. I mean, you know, they were super good too. She had made them with her family, and they were delicious. So, here we go. Oh, the next question. Oh, come on. This is the last of the not so easy questions, and then we're going to go on over to the hard questions. So the last question for the intermediate questions is, what word for Christmas or a Christmas carol was borrowed from the French? Did you guess Noel? You'd be correct. All right. So now we are on to the more difficult questions. And let's see how we do. In the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the next door neighbors whose dogs ate the Christmas turkey? How many of you already have answered this question? Because the Christmas Story, like, doesn't it play like on rotation for like 24 or 48 hours on one of these channels like USA or TBS or TNT or something like that here in the States? I think it does. The family neighbor's name was the Bumpuses. Okay. One doesn't look like it's got any coating on it, so I want to take that one off and put on another one. Just to be sure. I want this whole canvas to be bling, bling, bling. All right. The figure from English folklore came to be associated with Santa Claus is... I'm going to say that question one more time. The figure from English folklore came to be associated with Santa Claus. What's that figure's name? That would be... Drink my Coca-Cola. That would be Father Christmas. This one also brings back memories for those that were like in my age group and may remember this very popular toy. Name the animatronic cassette playing bear toy that every child wanted for Christmas in the mid-80s. I know many of you are already calling it out. Either you got it for your kids or you got it for perhaps a grandchild or a niece or a nephew. It was a very popular toy. Fix this and then we'll go to the answer. All right, the answer is Teddy Ruxpin. Gosh, can't even say his name. Moving this all around too. Good grief. I'm having a time. That's all right. Next question. In the 1964 classic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's faithful elf companion? He wanted to be a dentist, right? So what was his name? Hermie. And I don't know, but I always thought, like, wanted to call him Herbie. Anyway. Alright, let me get the next color or symbol. I'm going to do the hearts. Shot through the heart in your two flame yellow. And why not sing out some Bon Jovi? Why not? Okay, next question. According to folklore of Austria and other countries, what horned figure punishes naughty children at Christmas time? That's right. Many of you already know the answer to this, and it is Krampus. In the TV show How the Grinch Stole Christmas, what were the 3 words that best described the Grinch? Three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk. I like that song too. Oh, missed one here. We'll see when I get to. I don't think I did, but I think I just smushed them too close together. There we go. All right, fixed it. All right, next question. What well-known Christmas carol became the first song ever broadcast from space in 1965? That's right, it was Jingle Bells. Jingle Bell, Jingle. Oh no, it's not Jingle Bell Rock, but it's Jingle Bells. All right, next question. In what modern day country was Saint Nicholas born? I'll give you guys a second. That would be Turkey. We're almost done with this section, and then I'll probably just move. Well, we'll just do a little bit up here, maybe. Anyway, I did not think that far ahead. I never do. All right. I'm looking at a couple of these, and I'm a little unhappy I gotta say a person's name coming up, but that's all right. We'll get to that one in a second. All right, let's do happy stuff only. All right. What Christmas carol does the Peanuts gang sing at the end of A Charlie Brown's Christmas? Sure, many of you know this as well right away. Charlie Brown is such a great classic. Is that it for that one? Oh, one more. I think That would be Hark the Herald Angels Sing. All right. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas was originally published under what name? So it wasn't originally called The Night Before Christmas. Does anybody know the answer to that? Got that one. That would be A Visit from St. Nicholas. All right, let me get the next. What holiday movie sequel includes a cameo from Donald Trump? Anyway, that's Home Alone 2. Gotta skip over that. It's a really good movie, but yeah. That's all I can say about that. It's a good movie. Funny. Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern in that movie, in those movies, were hysterical. Absolutely fantastic. All right. What famous Christian reformer is credited for being the first person to put lights on a Christmas tree? That would be Martin Luther. Oh, gotta reach for that one. All right. Oops. Too many of those. That's all right. We'll just leave them and do it for the section down here when I clear it in a second. Okay. I love Christmas lights. Or just lights in general. I love that during COVID that people left their trees up and like decorated every holiday. I have a cousin that still does that, and I wish I would like be like that inspired to do that, but I am not. So I can see. I'm gonna move this over here like this further. Now get myself a cover finder. Just because we finished up. Get something kind of stuck there. Good, good. Good, good. All right. All right, so just gonna move this up just a stitch. I'm gonna finish doing the little, I call it the world symbol, but it's not. It's like the hourglass, but it reminds me of like, oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, according to Buddy, the elf, what are the 4 main food groups? Now, that would be candy, candy canes, candy corn, and candy syrup. Yes, that's right. Syrup in the sketty. That syrup in your spaghetti. Mm. I love that movie. Love that movie. All right. Next question. What unlikely duo recorded Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy in 1977? You music buffs may know the answer to this. That would be Bing Crosby and David Bowie. Okay. What environmentalist U.S. president banned Christmas trees at the White House? I will give you a little hint. Robin Williams played this character in the Night at the Museum. For any of you movie buffs. If you guessed Teddy Roosevelt, you are correct. Fix that. All right. Go to the next question once I get that drill down. All right. Next question. Who recorded the melancholy holiday hit Hard Candy Christmas in 1982? Feeling fine. That would be Dolly Parton. And we're almost, well, we've got a handful more to do, and then we will have done the Christmas trivia questions. Let us get to the next question. In The Nightmare Before Christmas, what does Jack Skellington mistakenly call Old Saint Nick? And I'm sure many of you know the answer to this because I know many of you are Nightmare Before Christmas fans. He calls Santa Claus Sandy Claus. All right, so I'm just going to go to another color. Which I guess I'll just go to the arrow. Trying to stick to the symbol that I'm doing, just so I'm not going out of frame. Anyway, I don't feel like shutting it off and turning it back on. All right, so what's the name of the hot spice cider that's a Yuletide tradition for many? That would be called wassail. Wassail. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. What brand of scooter was a must-have Christmas gift for children in 2000? That was Razor. All right. In what country do people celebrate Christmas by eating chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken? And I think this was in my last within chat as well. That would be Japan. Okay. To our next question. The song Jingle Bells was originally written to celebrate what holiday? And obviously it wasn't Christmas. Did you guess Thanksgiving? If you did, you'd be correct. Now, my friend Jack will know the answer to this, I'm pretty sure. So, let's see here. In one oddball tradition, an ornament shaped like what food item is hidden in the Christmas tree? That would be a pickle. And as many of you may know, Diamond Painting with Jack is very much a fan of pickles. She has had like pickle soda and stuff. I want to try that. But before I go off into a side tangent and make this group and chat go like for hours and hours and hours, I am just going to go ahead and continue on with the questions, because I will go off into a side tangent. Anyway, let's just go ahead and go to our next question. What word for the Christmas season derives from an ancient Germanic pagan holiday? That would be Yuletide or Yule. These are coming up. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Looks like we have 2 more questions, and then that will be it. In 1964, a science fiction film featuring Old Saint Nick was widely regarded as one of the worst movies ever made. What was the name of that movie? Does anybody know? It was called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. I could see why maybe that wasn't a very popular movie. I don't know. Has any of you guys seen it? Whether it really is bad as they say? Please tell me. I'd be interested to know. Not that I want to see it. I need one more. Alright, and our final question is, according to legend, the tradition of hanging stockings dates back to St. Nicholas. What was the first stocking stuffer? Hint, they weren't toys. And I'll give you guys a second or 2 or 5 to make some guesses for that last one. And those stocking stuffer, or that stuffing stuffer was gold coins. So these were my trivia questions. And I learned a couple things, and I knew most of it. I don't want to say the majority, but if it was like a pop quiz, I may have passed the test with at least like an 80 or 85. I don't know. Not grading myself, but it was a super fun trivia. I really enjoyed it. And if you are watching this and you stuck around to the end, thank you for spending part of your holiday or after holiday with me. I very much appreciate it. I am going to spend the rest of my Christmas day, which is today, diamond painting and relaxing, and hopefully seeing the man so I can give him his Christmas present. So that's my video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday. And if I didn't say like and comment, I would appreciate it. And have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care. Happy diamond painting. And until my next video, bye.